Hey, be sure to stick around to the end of this episode for an important announcement and update. And then please be sure to get on the email list so that you don't miss a beat. You know, when every new episode drops, new episodes up and coming, and any helpful and powerful resources that can get delivered right to you that will help you along this journey. Okay, let's get in the episode. You've been seeking answers from every dermatologist, doctor, and all over the internet, wondering what on earth this unbearable skin issue is. You know something's up, and you've been suffering and silenced for far too long. This podcast is going to bring awareness to the brutal reality that is topical steroid addiction and withdrawal syndrome. It will give you practical mental and physical tips to help you along your journey and provide you the strength you need to push through each day. You'll hear from real people battling this illness, as well as experts in the field, and I'm also going to share with you what's happening as I battle and conquer TSW. You are not alone, you're not crazy, and you will heal. If there's one thing I know, it's that anyone going through this hell is a warrior. My name is Jennifer Powers, and I welcome you to TSW Journey to Healing. Hey, it's me. I hope you're doing well, healing, feeling gratitude today. I wanted to record this. It's 4:15 a.m. But before I tell you my update for this month, I wanted to make this episode a little bit different. I don't know yet if you are a member of the ITSAN Facebook group, but it has been a godsend and so helpful for so many of us. I just wanted to remind you, if you're not a member in there, get your butt in there, because I'd love to, number one, connect with you on social media, say hi, which you can do obviously this way as well through the blog, the podcast, but it's nice to be a part of a bigger community and not feel so alone. That's a big issue for a lot of us, right? But I wanted to take a couple minutes, and if I want to ask you where you are right now and what you relate to. Are you in a place, and this can change hour by hour, by the way, but are you in a place where you're feeling darkness, depression, anxiety, stress, sadness, hopelessness? Are you there, or are you seeing the light at the end of the tunnel? Are you almost healed? Are you just a little bit more hopeful? Are you trying to find the positive spin on all of this? Because I want to take some time right now and read you where people are when they feel really, really dark. And these are really difficult to read, to see pictures of, and all that. But I'm then going to share with you some positives. And I want you to listen to both. And these are from real people, real accounts, shared in that Facebook group. I just want you to see where you fall, what you resonate with. And then, well, before I tell you what's next, let me start to read you a couple of them. Hi, everyone. I just turned 29 on the weekend, and this is me supposed to be in the prime of my life, feeling robbed, wronged, angered, depressed, and suicidal. Do not touch the depth of emotion and suffering I feel in every given moment during this flare. I cannot move even a twitch of muscle without pain. I've been withdrawing about 1 year and 7 months now. There seems to be no end to this nightmare that I keep revisiting. This is the kind of new thick ooze that I have never experienced before, and it's just raw flesh which refuses to grow skin. After the most intense and long days of contemplation of suicide or trying to get help, I decided on getting help and went to see Dr. Belinda. I would like to know from any veterans that have healed if flare-ups have gotten worse over time sometimes. Any medical treatment that has worked for you? Are there those who don't heal that go on like this for years? I personally don't fully believe healing is guaranteed for all of us, but I hope I'm wrong. That's from Jane Desert. Another account. Hi, my partner is suffering at the beginning of his TSW journey around 2 months in. His entire body is covered in dry skin. He's itching all night, so neither of us are getting much sleep. He's completely depressed and has even said some suicidal comments. I'm extremely worried about him. I have never been around someone with a chronic condition before, so would appreciate any comments on how I can help him. I feel completely powerless at this point. I wish I could make him better, but feel helpless. He's waiting to hear back from a private dermatologist, but the waiting list is a few months. He's too depressed to go to work and doesn't leave the bedroom. He is now talking about going back on steroid cream just to relieve the pain. I tried to suggest this is going to make it worse and that he will be back to square one. Any words of advice? That is from another group member of ITSAN. Sorry to share pics again, but I'm just feeling so depressed and defeated. My skin has been like this since January with no reprieve. In fact, I can't even envision it getting better. I literally don't know what better is anymore. I keep thinking I have fungal infections or eczema herpeticum. The doctor prescribed a cream that doesn't contain steroids, which I've used. Looking at my skin closely in the mirror, which I try not to do, I realize it's still as red now and patchy as it was 9 months ago. In the past, I've used both Bentonovade and Elicon on my face. I feel now I have steroid-induced rosacea. I just feel beyond terrified that it's never going to heal. I feel so depressed. Plus, I'm going on holiday tomorrow. I just never see any improvement. It feels the same today as it did when I first flared up. Sarah Hornsey. Anyone a parent listening to this episode? Because this is from another group member in the group. I am so much devastated by the way my daughter, 4 years old, screams and cries throughout the night, telling me it's itchy, it's itchy. It's too much for a 4-year-old girl. Being deprived of sleep for the past 2 years, I cannot find joy in anything in my life. I am terribly weak mentally. I am too scared of evenings and nights. Each and every night is getting worse. None of the doctors are able to understand her situation. I always try to be positive. I tell my husband she will be fine soon, but now my mental state is very bad. I just am losing faith in everything. If there was a chance to switch her condition with my body, I would have been so happy to take it. Cannot stand seeing her suffer anymore. From Ellie Alcelli. 6 week into withdrawal from Rite Aid. Could someone please tell me why this product is not pulled? This anti-itch cream at least have a warning label on it. I'm 66 years old and would never have guessed that this product could get me into agony. It does not seem like the FDA is protecting us. From Cunning Sean. Worst day ever. I really just want to die. I'm trying for the last 5 days to stay dry. I've been oozing through everything. Dead sea salt bath once a day and air dry, still oozing, yet flaky, but skin is so thin. I'm crying all this week. I'm scaring my son. He's 12, and he's been my nurse. I feel like such a burden. I'm following tips that I can use, but I'm so defeated. Please pray for me. 9 weeks into TSW. From Vicky Gray. I sit waiting for my fiance to wake, crying my eyes out, knowing when he does, there's nothing I can do to fix him, stop him from tearing his skin off. I got mad last night because he couldn't make the simplest of decisions to soak or not to. He's not able to focus or do anything at all. Soak and back to bed. He was so healthy and so active and loved life. He's lost so much weight. We don't sleep. I feel like we're going mad. And Lottie Mowery. I'd honestly rather be dead than deal with this another day longer. If not for my son, I really would be long gone by now. So, as you can see, those are some pretty dark posts that are shared from these very vulnerable, raw, suffering, wonderful, brave people. You may be one of them. I know I've been one of them. I am now many months in on this journey, in my month 9, and I'm going to give you my personal update. But before I do that, I wanted to share with you messages, not just of hope, but of actual healing. Because if you are resonating with those several messages and posts that I just shared, I think it's so important to make sure that you're surrounding yourself visually on the computer, on your phone, whatever, wherever you go, whatever you're looking for inspiration, but also listen, feel, hear it in my voice as I'm reading these, and surround yourself with them visually, audio, whatever you can do, because only looking at those type of posts in this Facebook group or whatever group you may be in is good and bad. It's good because you know you're not alone. And that's a very important thing. So I'm never going to take that away or diminish that. It's very good to know that you are not the only one suffering as horribly and horrific as you are. And when we know that we're suffering and we feel alone, it takes the pain to an entirely another level. When you know that there's other people like you that can feel your pain and relate to you, that does bring some peace. But it's not good because when you feel like even there is an army of people that feel as low as you do, if you don't have any glimpse into the future or into hope or that healing is possible and healing will happen for you, you can stay stuck in that place. And this mental health piece of this self-love, self-acceptance, picking yourself up off the ground, picking yourself up from that dark place, which is so hard to do. It's nearly impossible to do when you don't have anything in front of you that's reminding you that this is going to happen for you, that you will heal. And I'm speaking to you from personal experience. Before joining ITSAN, before connecting with so many of you, I felt so dark, so alone, knowing that I have an incredible support system, loving friends and family, but that none of them could understand this, and none of them ever will. And I pray to God they never do. But this is why it's important to also equally, or if not more, get more of the positive stories. So let me share a few of those with you now. From Emma Balfour Evans. 2.5 years of TSW, had a baby, ruptured my Achilles, countless tears and helpless moments, but healing does happen. In the worst moments, I didn't think my skin would get to the place it is now. I'm able to wear makeup, hold down a job, look after my toddler, do exercise again. I didn't want to post to boast, but to show you that you need to hold on and healing does happen and to stay positive. Picture of the left is me today, and the right is back in 2020. From Bella Covet, 667 days difference. It's been a very long time since I have felt confident, but today I can officially say that I do. Healing happens. Please keep doing. I know it seems like a long way away, but it is so worth it. I've been bedridden, and I've been in the darkest of places at times, but I'm so proud of myself that I kept going. I'm not 100% healed still, but I don't have to put my life on pause anymore, and I cannot express my gratitude enough. Still a bit dry on my torso, neck, and arms, and itchy at night, but here's proof that you can heal. Some areas just take longer time. Anyway, I know I already said this, but I wish someone would have told me this every single 667 days ago. Keep going. From Julian Thompson. Warriors, stay the course. Healing happens. I remember the time when I couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Every day was hell, and every night I dreaded attempting to sleep because of the worst hell that it was. I have not forgotten. I remember those days, guys. Now, 97% of life is back to normal. When you see this, especially if you're in the deepest part of hell, please know that it will get better. From Lewis Whale. Just like to share my 1 month progress. I'm amazed at how healthy some of my skin is becoming. I can move around without constant pain, which is such a relief. I'm doing moisture withdrawal, and I use Dead Sea salt baths every 2 to 3 days with zinc oxide wraps. I take omega-3, vitamin D, vitamin A to Z tablet, and zinc and magnesium. Just remember, healing happens, guys. From Millie Myriad. I'm thankful to have my skin back after 14 months of going through withdrawal and detoxing. What a journey. Healing happens, but you will get there. From Sophia, I hope I'm not butchering these last names here, but Sophia Anastasio. Hi, everyone. I just wanted to post an update and remind you that healing happens. I'm not 100% healed, but I'm back to living my life without being stuck in the TSW headspace and pain. I'm 10 months in, and up until 9 months, I was still really bad. Everyone knows healing can be different for everyone, but I did make some changes in the beginning of June. I came to visit my family at my home country. It's It's very sunny here and humid, and I have a lot more support in comparison to having none in the US. I also went to a naturopath who helped me identify some things I need to work on in my gut, and I started taking all the supplements and vitamins she recommended. I don't know if it's the supplements or just feeling safe and cared for by my family that did it for me, or just plain time passing. I'm very lucky to have support right now. I'm getting better every day, and I'm so excited to do the things I love again. You've got this. Try to take care of your mental health and don't lose hope. You're all so incredibly strong, and once healing starts happening, you'll feel so grateful for every inch of your body. I laugh at the things about my body that bothered me before. I never thought I would feel this way, and I'm so grateful this community exists. Reading about everyone's journeys is what helped me stay sane and feel less alone. Big thank you to all of you. Keep going. From Jasmine Garcia. Entering month 5 and finally seeing signs of healing. I was so discouraged seeing people have so much progress in 2 or 3 months, and then me just getting worse. But healing happens. Please keep going. From Averill Ritchie. Healing happens. For those who've scratched their hairline, eyelashes, and brows off, they will grow back, and even curlier too. Your ears and other orifices will stop leaking, and you may even be able to stand up tall and show off your flesh, as I did at the weekend for the first time in 1.5 years. I really needed the help of this group to see that I'm going to be okay, that all the endless symptoms are quite normal, and that I will be well again, and pictures really helped me when I was too overwhelmed to read. I'm in 5th month of cold turkey from topical steroids. I don't deny myself any foods. I try to keep stress. I just lost my place. I try to keep stress at bay, as this is the biggest trigger, and make sure I do lymphatic drainage, deep breathing, and meditation every day. I'm fully aware I might flare up at any moment, but I won't let this stop me living my life. Take advantage of the good times. I really wish you all the best. It has been the worst few months of my entire life, but I now know that with the determination and good support, you will be so much stronger mentally and empathetic to those in need. Take care of yourself. Be nice to yourself. You deserve it. And so I share these with you, and I can go on and on and on, but we would have literally so many episodes worth of me sharing all these testimonies and stories with you. But again, I want to invite you to join the ITSAN Facebook community, because you can get in there, click on the little magnifying search option, and you can type in any keywords that really resonate with you and pull up so many healing stories. And that's what you should do. If you're really having a really dark and bad time, bad moment, bad day, bad week, go in there and just type in keywords like I've healed or healing happens, and just put those in front of your vision, put those in your mind, focus on that. And I promise you, it's going to do something very good for you. Probably, it could be a lifesaver. So where am I at? Okay, if you've been following along the journey, then you know that I'm in month 9, and I'm itching myself right now. So if you hear rustling noises, that's just me. Ignore it. But, I started recording this, like I said, 4:15. It's still very early in the morning, and here's what I can say. I have seen so much progress, and I am not at all fully healed. And that term fully healed, it's an interesting one. I could probably do a whole episode on just what that word means to us. And I'm not sure yet what I'm defining that as. But I can tell you that the beginning months were absolutely the hardest. And I think that's pretty true for all of us, most of us anyway. But what I have noticed, let me share with you what I've noticed. I think around month 5, I started to notice a turn, taking a turn, positive turn, and still went up and down, and I'm still up and down. However, what I notice now is that I can be scratching my skin, and my skin, where it used to be paper thin and just like rip open with barely any pressure, is now so much tougher. For example, tried to go to sleep last night. I don't know what time it was, probably 11:30 or so, something around there. I don't know if I fell asleep right then and there, but when I woke up, again, like a lot on my mind, and stress and all that, I'm sure played a part in it. But I wake up and I am just like itchy, scratching all over. And I remembered, oh gosh, let me turn on my flashlight of my phone and see how much damage I've done. And nothing. Do I see the skin being a little dry? Yeah, but even that, in the past, the wee hours in the morning between like say 10 p.m. and like 2, 3 a.m., it's when, of course, if you didn't listen to the episode of the circadian rhythm, go check that out. It's pretty cool, interesting. But it's when our skin is like the driest. It's when our body temperature is the highest. So naturally, you're going to, especially going through something like this, you're going to be super, super dry. So that's normal. But I'm, looking at my skin now, looking at it when I first got up at that time, it is different than it was. It is not nearly as dry. I did not tear open my skin, and I'm telling you right now, with the amount of scratching that I was doing, if I had done that just even a month ago, would have been I would have woke up lots of bloody sheets and scabs, and you know the deal. So that's a big, big change. And I just am practicing gratitude over and over, saying thank you for my healing skin. Thank you for my thick and strong skin. Thank you for the resiliency of my skin. I'm trying to say them out loud in my head. Anytime that thought pops in your head where you notice any tiny little improvement, say it out loud, believe it, hold on to it, give gratitude for it, because it's a big deal. The other thing I have noticed is my skin is just less of all those things. It's less red. It's less dry. I've noticed my mental state take a big turn for the positive. Now, I don't, it's September here in the United States, so I just had a wonderful summer, 3 months in the sun, getting a lot of vitamin D, trying to live my best life at my family beach house. And I know that did wonders for my mental health. And so I want to encourage you again, like some of those posts that I read, get around positive people, supportive friends and family, try to do things you love, try to do things that make you laugh and smile. I mean, it sounds simple. It sounds like, okay, well, yeah, how could that really help? But I'm telling you that it does. Big time. The other things that I have noticed are that I'm able to tolerate lotions and creams much better. In fact, it actually seems to be helpful. If I soak in a bath, whether it's Epsom salt or Dead Sea salt, and I get out, in the past, I would just air dry, and that would be that. I didn't practice strict no moisture treatment, but I definitely did moisture withdrawal a lot. And so now I'm noticing that it feels good on my skin and it seems to be helpful. And I don't do it every time, but I do it when I feel like I need it. It makes you really tune into your body, right? It's just kind of crazy. Now, last thing I want to share is that if you have been following the Instagram account, or also the last couple episodes, I mentioned that I was going to start a new diet, which I have. I've been 1 week in now. I started this carnivore diet. Now, I'm not going to make this episode all about that. I did do an episode about it a little bit. I'll probably have to do another one in more detail, but what I believe is also helping my skin is this diet, but I'm not going to attribute all of it just yet to the diet. I'm going to attribute it to the fact that I finally made a decision that I knew in my gut that I was going to, for maybe the first time ever, I was going to practice enough self-discipline and make that kind of commitment where I was going to do it. And it's hard because when you're going to do something like that, you have to be all in or else you're not going to stick with it. And I also have given myself so much more grace, knowing that if I do screw up a little bit, that's going to be okay. I'm still doing amazing things. And I can be honest with you and say that I've never been that graceful with myself. I always am too hard. I'm a perfectionist. I beat myself up on a lot, which is not good. But I think just drinking much more H2O, coconut water included in that, and cutting out all the processed crap. I mean, this diet, I have been doing nothing but meat, mostly red meat, and just nothing to drink except water. I did have half a cup of coffee, I think the one day early on. I also did, I'm not going to lie to you either, I said I was giving up alcohol for 30 full days, which I thought would be very challenging, and I'm sure it will be. It is, when I'm out and about or with, friends or out to dinner and stuff. But I did have like a drink or two, I think, on like day 1 or 2. I mean, to be fair, it was a holiday weekend here in the States. It's Labor Day weekend. I mean, geez. But again, I was easygoing with myself on that. It's fine. I think what may be helping my skin the most is it's not having to break down and process all these different kinds of foods, like these complex carbs, and just like the processed crap. So I think that's playing another huge role. And it's funny, I'm contradicting myself. I'm sure some of y'all are going to be calling me out on this, being like, Jen, you did plenty of episodes, especially with guests, where you were like saying, F it, like I'm going to eat whatever I want, drink whatever I want. I know it's not like gut or diet related. Like, although I never said I know that for a fact, because I can't say that I know that, but I know what you're thinking. I'm right there with you. I honestly just wanted to do this diet mostly to challenge myself and have myself focus on something other than life around me, TSW. I wanted to know that I could do something hard. And I think maybe the reason that I was able to do this, or the reason I am doing this, is because now having TSW, I now know more than ever before, without a shadow of a doubt, that I am absolutely able to do very hard things. And that's a gift that TSW gives us. So that's what's up. Now, I want to be honest with you. I want to take the rest of September off. I'm still going to be working. There's episodes that I have planned and scheduled, interviews coming up in this week, next week. But what I want to do, I want to encourage you to go back and listen to any episodes that you haven't already. If you're listening to this in the future, obviously you can disregard. But what is going to go down and what I'm working on for you is wrapping up the final bits and pieces of the TSW journal, which I've been talking about for so long now. My birthday is October 1st. My goal is to have that launched on my birthday, so it can get in the hands of so many of you. I cannot wait for that. But I also need to ramp up my social media game and get all these episodes out there so you can share them, like them, love them, just plug into the social media world of this TSW Journey to Healing podcast. And I'm so backed up because I've had so much great opportunity to interview and share all these amazing episodes that I have let that side of things kind of fall through. So not that you asked for it or needed it, but I wanted to let you know that I am not going anywhere. This podcast is fueling me like nothing else. I have so much love for all of you that have subscribed and rated, reviewed it, and shared it. It just means the absolute world. And this is how we're going to spread big awareness. You're a huge part of that. If you have shared the show or even just subscribed, it means everything. So that's what's going on. If you haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, then please do that, because there you can actually watch the video interview episodes as well. And, if you like to do YouTube more than podcasting and stuff, just so you know, I'm on all the podcast channels and YouTube, so you can check all that out. But now I am going to end this, and I'm going to see you. I'm going to miss you, but I'm going to see you in a couple more weeks with so many amazing guests that are lined up. I cannot wait for you to check out all the people that I have in store coming on. But I love you lots. I'm giving you hugs. If you need to contact me or you need help or you want to reach out in any way, you can absolutely do that. Just look in the show notes here. Find me on social media. Find me in the ITSAN group. Find me on the blog. You know the deal. Love you, love ya. Hang in there. You're doing amazing. Thanks for listening. Please remember to subscribe and leave feedback. With your help, we can spread awareness together. So please share the show with anyone you know who may be struggling with a medical condition and using steroids to treat it. And be sure to check out the blog for helpful resources to aid you along your TSW journey at tswjourneytohealing.com.